Nice. Alright, finished.
Alright, look at that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll just close it, but leave the curtain open so I have fresh air from the ventilation, but fresh sunlight from the top. Okay, so what are we going to do today? I'd like to post a picture so it's clearer. Pam! Okay, I hope this worked. So we're going from here, this is around the airport of Newcastle where I rented the car, to into a 1 hour drive approximately to the KIELDER forest, it's called. So to get there, it's not really part of the national park of Northumbria where I wanted to go originally, but the KIELDER forest appears to be way wilder for me, so that's why we're going there. I'm going there and I'm taking you with me. So it's approximately 1 hour drive until there. There's a huge lake. There are many sites to visit. Surprise in the woods I will show you hopefully, and a maze, a castle, so it looks pretty neat. And after this we'll see, and there's a possibility to eat there. You could also and then drive to the north through the KIELDER path, which is said to be a very cool road to drive to. Very wild, very mountainous, and then we'll see if I still have energy. I could do a second walk, which would be the Hindhood Linn, I think it's called. It's a waterfall basically, and approximately 1 hour to and 1 hour return trail. So let's see if I will see spontaneously if I have energy for doing this. And if not, I'll directly go to Alnwick. It's said Alnwick, but you write it Alnwick. And there is where Harry Potter, the first 2 movies, have been shot. So mainly the parts where they're outside and training with the broomsticks. So that could be very cool. And then if I have energy, I can always choose. I either stay in Alnwick and I will sleep there because I booked a hotel, or I could go even further north to the Holy Islands. But there is a very interesting point there. The Holy Islands, when there is no tide, you can drive to them. But you have to be very careful not to get stuck on the island, because if you stay there too long and the water goes up, you can't go back. That's a real thing. So you have to look up on the internet on which times you're allowed to pass. And from what I saw, it's until the late evening. It's okay, but in the night, during the night, the water goes up, so you shouldn't be on the island, or otherwise you get stuck. We'll see, but first things first, just go to the KIELDER forests and enjoy life, have a bit of nature, and then we'll see spontaneously what we're doing. But this night we're staying in Alnwick, and tomorrow coming back here to Newcastle. Oh, and just for my setup, so I have Android Auto on my phone, I have water, I've bought some liters to fuel me up, I've bought everything I need. I will eat over there, so that's no problem. And I have 470 miles. Yes, they talk in miles here, so we're about 700 kilometers. I looked it up. And also what struck me is that on all the signs you see, it's written yards or miles, not kilometers. But they also use the metric system. Sometimes they're kind of in between Europe and the US, I believe. And also the breakfast you've seen before, which was more of a brunch type of thing, was amazing. Yeah, okay, so let's go. And this car is really easy to drive and I'm looking forward to it. I won't talk much during driving though. So let's meet when we're at KIELDER Forest. Okay guys, I just stopped to show you this. It's so beautiful. That's English countryside. And there there's the main road. Yeah, so I have to be extra careful, but there's no car yet. So look at this road. So I just came from there and it looks like a ski slope or something. You can see it goes down and up and down and up and down and then up. It's like tiny stunts. It looks really like a place James Bond would hide or something. At least for me. Yeah, so that's really the fastest road I should take to the national park. And that's the car. And I'm really surprised how good it is until now. I have to say, it is disgustingly economical because 700 kilometers and it's not even with a full tank anymore. It's really good. I believe it's hybrid. So let's get back. So as you can see, that's the map. And we came from Newcastle around here where the airport is. And then I just drove this bit during maybe 20 minutes. And now I have another 54 minutes to go through this road, which is this you just saw, and down to Bellingham, like the football player, I presume. And then this is all national park. And then, oh, sorry, man. The postman just gave me a dead look. I'm sorry, I really am. And then this is KIELDER Forest, and this is where we're going. And here's the maze, the castle. Here's the surprise I'm going to show you, hopefully. And then we're going to drive north. There's a road to this village I will not pronounce. Look at this. And there's this waterfall. And then the fastest would be to go to Anik. And if I have still energy, I could go to the Holy Islands, but I don't really think we're going to make it. And that's not a pity, but here you can access when the tide is low. So that's the Holy Island, but we're going to Anik to stay the night. This is where Harry Potter was filmed. Okay, so let's get back to the road. All right, half an hour to go. And I've just stopped here because look at those lights and the streets. The road is really, I mean, very good, but it goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And some windmills over here. And now I have to quit the main road and drive half an hour in this direction until I get to the national park. Maybe this is what we are seeing over there. Yeah, let's see. So now we've arrived at KIELDER Water, it's called. So we drove over from there and then all the way to here. I've just been walking a bit on this peninsula and we'll continue over there, stop at this end of the lake and have a walk, probably taking us around here, just on the other side of the lake. And there is no bridge, as you can see, so I have to ride along the whole lake, which is fine because the roads are really pleasant to drive. And yeah, and the surprise would be around here, I think. So I will walk along the lake, and then in those woods probably there would be this huge head. I know I've said it, but there's a huge head sculpture like there is here. This is also part of the open air art gallery, around Kielder water, which is quite unique, I think, and makes it a bit mystical. Because if you're like me and you don't know what this is all about, I mean, and then you see this, so that's pretty cool, I would say. Don't know really what it represents, but it looks good, and it's really calm. That's why I should not talk too much. And this is a nice mix of nature, which looks to me like the Black Forest in Germany. And then you have over there traditional British houses made of bricks. So it's a really cool mixture. And the roads are really good here. I'm impressed. They're not crackled at all. They're almost new everywhere I've driven so far. Birds are singing, and they should be snakes too. So I just saw a shield with caution snakes around here, and now the sun is shining for the first time. I'm really happy. It's going to be a great day. It is already. That's a really pleasant retreat from the city of Newcastle, where I am actually, and yeah, see you in a bit. And that's the snake shield. So I arrived in this peaceful village. So this is Kielder village, and it's very peaceful. This is this nice neighborhood with people mowing their lawn, and yeah, there you can see the castle we're going to discover now. And the sun is shining. Look at this sky. I'm really lucky today, because yesterday the weather forecast promised it clouds and maybe rain, but I guess this is my lucky day. Alright, that's the castle. Unfortunately in a construction site right now, but still nice. And this is what you are supposed to be able to see at night. I don't think I'll stay here so long, but in the national park you should have a very nice view of the stars and the Milky Way in the night. So, but I will not stay until then, because the sun goes down at around 9, and it's 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Oh, and this is the maze. Let's try to come out of here without spoiling me too much. I think this is really going to be amazing. Yeah, if you know Breaking Bad, the series, you know what I'm about. Alright. Always follow the sun, right? Because the dark side is not good. Okay. I feel like the movie Maze Runner. Except there are no robots, spiders to kill me. Obviously it's not here, but I want to discover nonetheless. In the Matrix. Oh, look at that. I'm looking Breaking Bad right now. Fun for the whole family. Alright, that was pretty funny actually. I didn't think it was so hard, so I asked 2 kids to lead me to the exit and they were pretty keen to do it. So, don't feel so good about myself. I couldn't find the exit. Okay, so now let's begin the walk. And by the way, I've heard that this tavern, this restaurant is pretty good. So I might stop here afterwards if I'm tired. It's at KIELDER Water and Forest Park. And we're heading this way. So the lake is over there. And we're gonna walk along from our side, along the left side of the way. And curiously, it's here. So that's why they built this viaduct. Actually, it's a pretty old viaduct, but I mean, it was built in 1862 and then used as a train track. And it looks really good. So my first opinion about this walk is very good. There are signs along the way, you can't get lost. I'm following the Lakeside Way North Shore. And by the way, this path is also accessible by bicycle. That's why you see all those bike marks on the road. I've seen quite a few electric bikes, and I think that should be very cool. I just don't know where to rent, and I'm better at walking, so look at this amount of pine trees. It really deserves its name, KIELDER Forest. It's really very large forest, although I have to say there are large areas where they have been cut down. For example, there, all over there, also on this side where the observatory is, it's all been cut to make paper, presumably. Yeah. But that's exactly the kind of escape from the city you want during the weekend. It's almost too perfect. With all the birds singing. It really is 10 out of 10. Alright, and that's the platform we've been just before. So I've already walked about 5 kilometers, 2.5 miles. I don't know. Yeah, so I was there when I shot the video before, then drove all the way up to this side of the lake where the castle, the maze and everything is, parked the car, walked until here, and I will continue this way for a few kilometers, I think. Yeah, then we'll see if I come the same way back, or there is also another path to go. It's all very clearly marked, although it's in miles, but I mean, you get used to it. And there is also a very good app which shows everywhere you have to go. And this is where we're going. Silves Capitalis, 1¼ miles. What is this? Yeah, so 1¼ miles, which is approximately 2 kilometers, I think. Because 1 mile should be about 1.6 kilometers, and I didn't look that up, so I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll soon arrive. And by bike should be very cool. Quite interesting. All right, I might have spotted it. Can you see it? What I mean? Looks like a head, doesn't it? Yeah, with the nose, a bald head for sure. Let's have a look closer. I think coming here with children must really be a blast. Oh yeah, I think this is it. Can you see an ear? Look at that! An ear coming through the forest. And now jump scare in 3, 2, 1. Wow. When you see the picture and you see it for real, it really looks like quite something of an anomaly. Just a normal path and then tsak! Oh hello dear, oh hello, what have you been? Wah! Right. It's a good noise. I think this used to be open and you could climb to the ice, but because there was a thunderstorm, it's not safe anymore. So instead of destroying it, they just blocked people from entering. Wow, they even made the ear. Look at that. Ah, very good. So you can see the middle ear. You should hear very fine with those big ears. Wow. Maybe a bit of dry skin here. Put some cream on it. Would be good. A bit yellowish. So might have a wash once or twice a week would be good. But the ear ducts are amazing that they even thought about this. I think some birds might have made their home inside, since nobody can enter anymore. Okay, so this really is quite something. Wow. Wow. That's not bad. Looking to the lake. All right. So let's have lunch or a snack, maybe just an apple, really. Goodbye, headman. And yeah, I mean, I could continue this way and then turn around, but that would take me another maybe 10 kilometers. And I'm not so fit anymore, so I'm quite keen to go home. So I will just walk everything back, which will be a little less, I presume, maybe around 4 to 5 kilometers. And yeah. So that was the dam we've been before. I was over there and then walked over here. The big headman is about 500 meters this way. Now I'm just walking back the path. And actually, it looks like a different path when you're walking from the other side. And quite frankly, I think this one's better than the upper one because you're always at the lake. You have a nice view. And I think that if you go over there and make the round, you have to walk a bit on the street because there's a road for vehicles. Yeah, and by the way, these walls, they look like nothing, but they might actually be part of those Roman walls that were built to delimitate the Roman Empire from the barbarians. Yeah, so I believe it's called the Adrian Wall, maybe, but I'm not sure if this one's really a part of it or if it's just the limitations of the farm, of the sheep farm over here, because they quite all look the same, really ancient, and yeah, gives really a nice atmosphere. Yeah, so see you at the car. And again, this wall, it's the same as before, just stretching along. I'm really wondering if it's not the Adrian's Wall, because I mean the farmers built this one, so I wouldn't see why he would build a stone wall that is much more difficult to make, I presume. I really don't know, but it looks like it. Just walked back from the big head, the Salvias Capitalis, and this was the path I went originally through, and this is the one I walked back on. And I have to say this one is a bit more narrow, but you're more immersed in the woods. So just so you know, but both join after 1 kilometer, so it doesn't really matter. And here's the viaduct again, and soon we reach the car. And here it is. The car survived, we survived, and we're back at the playground. And by the way, this zip line over there was a blast.